Hey guys, I'm just going to go over a basic way to edit text on your web page, just so you can do it live and you don't have to wait if you need something done urgently. It's just a simple way of doing it. So basically, once you go into your website, you go to dashboard. Don't really worry about any of this too much. And then if you've got a blog set up, you'll need to go into posts. I'll go through that separately. What you're looking for is pages. It's down the left hand side there, so you click on pages and you'll see all the pages in your website. Basically from that you just scroll through the list, hover over and you'll see an edit icon and click on that. Right, from here you're going to see in a standard WordPress setup you'll have the text already here, but we install a system called Elementor because it's got a lot more features and it's just nicer and easier to use and you can do a lot more with it. So just click into the editor of Elementor if that's what you've got on your system. And then from there, you'll see how easy this is. So basically, there's your page. These are different sections we can add. There's lots of different stuff. I'm not going to go over all this. It's more about editing text, but there's areas that we can muck around with here. So basically, you can drag this out if you want to edit with a bit more space. And then you'll see as you're scrolling over things, each bit of text or area has its own section, and then you'll see a pen icon appear. So if you want to change the introduction to something else on your website, you click onto that little pen icon. You can work from inside the box. I don't like working from inside there. Do a Control Z if you make a mistake. Control Z is probably the best feature out, and then you can make an edit there and then hit that update button down the bottom. Next section, there's a text section. We need to make some edits in here. You can change, highlight over, and you can rewrite, or you can, whatever you want to add to that. You'll see I've got a platform called Grammarly set up on my website. It's a Chrome extension, and Grammarly.com does have a free version. And what that does, it picks up any spelling mistakes in grammar. So you'll see if you're using this editor on this side, and I would suggest using Grammarly, you'll see that it's picking up mistakes that I've got in here. So that section alone, it's picking up 5. You tap on that, and what it'll do is it'll say, oh, wants to change it from on page to on page with a comma. So I can go accept. This area here, whose business it is, it's changing that as well. Implement each year, implement yearly. It's just giving a little bit better way of writing. That one's taken out a comma. So if you want to look at your content and go, yeah, I need to rewrite it for a bit of clarity. Google's actually using programs like this as well to monitor people's graphics. They're saying, yep, that's all sorted. That section's done. Go on to the next section. I want to change something in here. You can rewrite it and then you can update the page. There's no editing that needs to be done. Click on another section. So that's how you basically do text. And all you're really doing is, like I said, is you're clicking into a section, you're editing it, you're adding more if you want to. So you can do, and then when you're making spaces and paragraphs in a website, it's not like using Word. So a return will give you a break, which is a space, which is a paragraph. Or if you just want to go down one line, you hit Shift Enter. It'll take you down one line, which is a break. A little bit different to using Word, and this is quite an annoying feature if you don't know about it. So paragraph, hit the return key, Shift Enter, one line down. That might be a good little tip. Once you've done, hit the update button there. There are areas we can edit images. I don't really want to get into that too much, but I'll give you a quick rundown. People make a lot of mistakes with images. They can add images that are too large and slows down the websites, buggers things up. But if you sort of know what you're doing, you know how to resize an image, that's good. So what you can do is you can go click into the image, hit that little, there's a section, hover over the pen, and you'll see this section pop up where we can add a new image. So you click on that. Now if the image is already in your media manager, look, I've got a load of images in there, but if I want to load up a new one, you go upload an image, select it from wherever it is. I will select that one. I actually uploaded it just before, so that is now inside my media manager. I can go select that image. File sizing, if you see anything over sort of 400 KB, and even that's probably a bit big for that image, you need to scale it down in Photoshop or another editor. It can't be more than that, otherwise you slow your website down. You don't really want images more than that in dimension, which is 1920 by 1280. These are good file sizes for the web, and they're also shareable to social. So you just got to be careful with images. If you're not sure, let me know and I can add them in for you. But once we've got the image, we can go select, and then it changes that image there, and then we basically just hit the update button. If you make a mistake, I don't really want a love heart on that page. I'm just going to hit the Control Z, Command Z on a Mac. What am I doing? Yep, there we go. Command Z takes me back one, and hit the update button. I'm not going to update anything, but that's basically how you do that. If we, okay, once you've updated there, you hit this little hamburger menu at the top, and you go to exit the page. Yes, we want to leave. I don't want to save anything, that's why it asked me that question. Go back to your pages, go to your list if you want to edit something else, and then blog. So your blog, if you've got one, is called posts. Now posts are a lot easier to manage generally. Same again, all your blog posts are inside there. You want to change something, you want to add a new one, you hover over it, you go to edit. We aren't using Elementor for blog posts in this regard, so you'll see it just coming down through here. I don't really need any fancy stuff going on with my blogs. I just want people to be able to read it and be done with it and just get it up. So you can, if you're going to be working in blogs and changing anything, I'd be careful with what you change in the title, because there's always a strategy around that, because your title is the most important part for your SEO. So you need to be careful around that. More than welcome to change it, just be careful. Yeah, so as you'll see here, there's no sections, it's just one big page, so you can just go over and you can rewrite however you want. And then once you've made the changes, you hit the update button. I've got titles set up in each section, which are heading 2, so I wouldn't be mucking around with the heading 2 feature. Just be real careful with that. You don't want to be changing it to a heading 3 or a paragraph or anything. They're set up like that for a reason. So title, fine. Any spelling mistakes, yes, check that. That's picking up an area through Grammarly, which is an issue it's telling me to change, which I'm going to do. Perfect for your LinkedIn profile. There's another one there that's being picked up. The tools of that, yep, I'll change that. So Grammarly is very, very good for picking up little mistakes that Google also reads. Yep, following that. So get started, yep, blah, blah, blah. Then once you've got your changes, hit the update button over here. And then what you do is you always have a tab open when you make any changes from the update to your website page that you're editing, and then you hit the refresh button of the browser. Refresh is a great one for seeing things live. If you don't see it, probably because there's caching set up. So if you've got caching set up, you basically go into your settings of your browser, and you go more tools, and you go clear browsing data. You can't quite see it on the screen, but that's cached image and files. I leave all these and I go clear data, and then once you've cached it, you'll then see if you've got caching set up and you're having issues seeing anything live on the site, and then you can hit the refresh button again. That's just a little tip if you don't see anything. Yeah, so basically posts are your blogs. Go in there, find the one you want to edit, go over the section, edit it, hit the update button. Pages are there, and that's pretty much all of it for a basic video like that. Hope that sort of makes sense. It's sort of just trying to take away that whole element of, you can edit something live. It's quite simple. You can have a login. I can give as many users as you want. We have a user account that you can use, so I can add users to your website. You can lock certain people out if you want to. We can give them certain access. So I've got a guy here who does a bit of work with socials, and you go into the edit area, and basically from there, are they an editor or they're an administrator? You don't want everyone to be administrators. You can have people who are authors or editors, and they can't go managing too much in the back of the website. Got to be a little bit careful with that. So, yeah, if you want me to set you up with a control panel access, and follow this video to make any text changes and do them quickly, let me know. Hope that is helpful. 10 minutes of me gibbering. I bet you've had enough of that. Have a good day.